Okay, first things first, we have some very high-end technologies and a very interesting row. I'd like to play Helena if I can. Um, these two cards are so powerful that they kind of necessitate it. Web of Power Chairdog could be pretty interesting. The Spy Sets is also good, as is the Chimerki, as is the Shuttle Fleet. It's all kind of good. It's a very deck-buildy leader pool, which is one reason why Helena's good, because Helena can bully the other deck builders a little bit. Yuna could be good. I don't think I would rely on her in third position. I'd be a little scared that she just kind of flops on her whole Swordmaster thing, which is the thing that makes her useful. And if we didn't want a deck build, we could also look at Aleza. The techs are very strong, so Aleza could be a very good pick. But we're going to pick Helena. If we can ring that Web of Power, I'll be very happy with that. Okay. And then Ariana goes in first, which is pretty interesting, actually. So no ring here. That's kind of the problem that you have on both Helena and Armand. If you just don't roll the ring, you kind of can't make anything happen. That being said, there's 3 very high-value cards here. So we may be able to get something good like one of these two, even if the Web of Power goes to somebody else. We could also early reveal for the Web of Power, but I don't really want to do that if I can help it. We have an interesting combat. As Helena, we don't have to care too much about order. So if we just come up with enough Solari, then we're kind of fine. Full Space Una first position makes me think that she just didn't have yellow in hand, which is pretty sad. Okay, so what should we do here? We could... I think we want to do something like Arakeen, which allows us to possibly draw a ring. And then probably keep up on our persuasion and then seek allies to wealth. The problem with that is that if we seek allies to wealth, it kind of doesn't work, right? Because if we seek allies to wealth, well, the problem is that Ilbon would probably take wealth. That's kind of the main issue. We don't get smuggled next round, but we do probably get it round 3. So if we could Hardy Warriors, it wouldn't be terrible. The 1 Spice is not amazing, but the techs are good. So Hardy Warriors could be valid. I think it's better to open wealth here, just to block Ilbon from the wealth Mentat, to block Yuna, in this rare scenario where she actually has a second faction. Although I think it's probably likely. I mean, she had 1 faction, she didn't go wealth, so I don't know. I don't really know what she's doing. And then we're guaranteed to have access to Arakeen because we're Helena. So, yeah, we're not going to be able to use our ring this round, but the odds that we drew our ring and then used it, it's like 20%. And that's assuming that somebody does an early reveal for the Web of Power. Now, we could early reveal for the Web of Power ourselves, but with the In the Shadows in the row, I don't know that that makes a ton of sense. Right? I mean, why early reveal for Web of Power when there's a pretty damn good card that we could get if somebody else got the Web of Power anyway? The agent actions this early in the game are very valuable, and I don't like spending them on these things if I don't have to. So, cool. So Yuna's actually just going to do the early reveal for us, so we don't have to worry about that. So Ariana's still going to reveal before us, but I don't think Ariana can get both the In the Shadows and the Benetelex Researcher. So how this kind of ends up working here is she gets 1 and we get the one that she doesn't get. And I'm pretty happy with that. So we're going to Arakeen here. Now, if we pull the dagger specifically, then we don't get the Researcher. But we're fine. We got convincing. So we can actually detonate the row and get something pretty good. And that might actually be worth doing here. Because I don't want Ariana to have the In the Shadows. But also Ariana's the person that I'm not that afraid of. So I'm not going to detonate here. So I'm going to put up 3 in. Or maybe I should put 2 in. I think 2 in makes sense. Ilbon hasn't shown a dagger yet, but we kind of want second here, and Yuna can't participate. So this guarantees us some kind of Solari, I think. Unless Ilbon has 0 daggers in hand, basically. I think the big thing with Helena in this expansion is that, like, the ring was always a super nice thing to have, but it felt nicer when didn't feel like there was a cost to playing it. And now it feels like there's a cost to playing it. Because most of the time when you're playing this ring, it means you're not playing an experimentation, and that can feel pretty bad. It feels like you're sacrificing your progress in order to do this deck building, which I think makes it feel a lot worse. So Ilbon actually voluntarily goes ahead of us here. So even if Ariana has double daggers, we still get kind of what we want here. The question is, given that she's taking In the Shadows, do we blow the row up or do we just take the Researcher? And I think the Researcher is fine. It's good enough. It's nothing crazy, but it's green and we can always pretty much play it because we can end it. So let's go ahead and take this. This is going to take us to 5 Solari. So when Ariana smuggles down, if she smuggles down, we're going to go to 3. We're going to go to, sorry, 6. If we can hit Wealth, we should actually just have a Swordmaster next round. Now, that's contingent on Ariana actually smuggling down, which she may decide is not a smart decision. But also, if she doesn't do it now, she may never be able to do it. So there's some reasons why she might want to. She does have the experimentation, which is going to further incline her to want to do it. But we'll see what she does. She's actually at to where she can get Swordmaster if she does. So I think that's clearly what she's going to do. And that's fine, because we can kind of be like a Remora and leech off of that. We go Diplomacy to Wealth. We're at 2 on Emperor. We get that out of the way. And then from there, life is good. It's good to be Helena. It's only going to put us ahead by 1 turn, but that's an extra action. It feels pretty good to have that. And that advantage can compound in some situations. What's interesting is that Yuna actually got reasonably close to being able to go to Fold Space here. Raid stockpiles is interesting. An early raid stockpiles can have a big effect on the technologies, especially if someone tries to parlay it into like a shuttle fleet. So we'll need to monitor that. So the question, I think, is do we hit Signet Ring to Swordmaster or Dagger? The problem is there's no cards worth having right now. So in order to play Signet Ring, we kind of have to detonate the row. I don't see it happening here, so we're just going to go ahead and do this. If I can win the combat, I definitely would like to. If I did, like, experimentation, for example, to hog a basin, well, that's not going to work, though, because we're not going to have any daggers in hand. What if I did Signet Ring Carthag? The problem is that takes me down to 3 Persuasion, which isn't good. I think Signet Ring to Arakeen is the best, but then if we draw the Researcher, it feels really bad. It's only a 1 in 5 of that, though, so I think it's okay. Let's figure out what the troop numbers are. I guess we can't really do it now that Yuna has 4 troops, so I don't know. I don't know what our play here is now. I do think there's a chance that we just want to detonate ring, because we can go to tech negotiation, and then any 5-coster we can essentially lock up. You know, that's just not really what I'm looking for. Guild Ambassador is fine. It's not bad. It's just not very good either. Show of Strength is interesting because we have a graft card in our deck already, and we're probably going to be able to get one from the row. So I don't think Show of Strength is that bad, but this doesn't really tell me that, like, playing my ring is a particularly good idea. At least not to tech negotiation. With experimentation, hog a basin. Technically, we can get 4 spice here next round, guaranteed. 4 spice is not enough to get Shuttle Fleet. So I think we actually do Signet Ring to tech negotiation. We don't get to play our experimentation doing that, but then we're on threat for the Shuttle Fleet for next round, which I think is a good place to be. And yeah, we have the experimentation. So yeah, let's do this. Eventually we want to ring the 4 humanity, but we're not there yet. A little bit unlucky that we didn't hit a good 5, but that's okay. Honestly, I might just prefer the planned coupling to the Show of Strength. Not that we're going to get it anyway, but... I don't know. I mean, we've got the graft card. And it is possible to trigger the card without graft. Okay, there's our target. So... we want voice, but it just gets taken. So that's kind of a bummer. I guess we'll take the Show of Strength. I don't know. There's really no good options here. But we do probably... so we take the Show of Strength. And I think we take Chairdog too, because Chairdog lets us use the long reach. It also, for what it's worth, lets us use the Show of Strength. And we're Helena, so we can pretty much always play it. The ring is really not worked out for us, but you know, that's usually how Helena's ring goes, right? So here's the interesting thing. Do we want to go with Haga Base and Shuttle Fleet, or do we want to go smuggling to make life difficult for Ilbon? Because if we let Ilbon hit smuggling, he's just gonna kind of stomp on us with the Swordmaster. The thing is, it doesn't help us to do this. How powerful is Ilbon right now? What does he have? Guild Ambassador, I don't care. Imperial Spy. He's really not that big a deal. So, let's do this. Do double research. I don't think we need to. Thankfully, we're not actually blocked at tech negotiation. Again, being Helena. He can boost himself up to 4. Why is he going tech negotiation, though? I guess because it's the best place for him to send a green. I would have just smuggled if he has the option to do that, but... to each their own. He's Ilbon, he can make it on Mentats. Problem is, Ariana probably takes this combat from us, but we're going to do a researcher plus a reconnaissance, second action, I think. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, like Ariana put 2 troops in, it's kind of bad for us. We could just graft the Researchers of the Convincing here on the theory that we're not going to get a useful card anyway this round, so we might as well retain our dagger. I think I agree with that idea. Okay. Our research has been slow, but we're going to get there faster than anyone else. What's the new tech? Training drones, okay. So I think we want to make a reconnaissance visit to a city. I don't know which one. Probably just Carthag. I mean, I don't really want to shuffle right now, because then we're separating the researcher from the show of strength. And then the intrigue card is just going to be useful no matter what, pretty much. I mean, there is Counselor Dispensation and whatnot, but we have a shuttle fleet, so even if we get that horrible card, we still have a way to use it effectively, because we're going to have enough money that we can hit High Council. She's stalling us out here, so she's gonna be able to have last say on this combat deployment, unfortunately. Which probably means I shouldn't fight her with this troop. We do want to call, but I don't know. We have access to every card right now. Just wait. The question is, do we deploy the troop or not? And I think like it's just kind of a loss. We're making Ariana spend more to accomplish the same thing. There's a world where I don't know. I don't know, man. Let's do it. There is a small chance we win the combat, and if we do, it's a pretty big deal. I believe Ariana's gunning for the long reach. There's the Web of Power. So Yuna's going to get to Interstellar, but that's not all that useful, really. Ilbon's already there. And he's going to take it before she does. Select the equipment. Trashes a dagger. Where, I'm not sure. I think it was her discard or her play area, perhaps. I think it was her dagger from Mentat. So, we're going to reveal. We've picked up a Chairdog, which means I don't think our reconnaissance is all that useful. But I think the general theory that dagger is worse is true. We already have our Swordmaster. We do this because we're shuffling, so we need to go ahead and get it done before the shuffle. This makes our deck tighter, makes it more likely we can get the good cards. We are going to lose the combat here, which I don't love, but at least we get a water out of second. Ariana's doing very well right now, and she just took the card we wanted, unfortunately. And she has 2 other Bene Gesserit cards, so this is going to be rough. She is definitely out in the lead. I'm not used to having to worry about Ariana's, but in this case, it's definitely a problem. Okay, we got Chairdog, no show of strength. Pretty annoying. Granted, these 2 are together, so it'll probably be fine, but I guess we can play this with experimentation. That's pretty weak sauce, but it's whatever. It's doable. Ilbon should have the Swordmaster now. But what the question really becomes, what do we do to stop Ariana? I don't know if there's anything in particular we can do. Like, we can't stop her from playing Bene Gesserit cards. We can target Bene Gesserit cards more aggressively from the row, but that doesn't matter for the most part. Did Yuna ever... I'm curious, did Yuna actually have yellow in her first hand, or was she just being really weird? So in round one... She did end up revealing early. She had the smuggling, and that's kind of the crazy thing, is that, like, it... Oh, that voice. Oh, she's screwing Ilbon. Okay, so we're going to go here. Let's go ahead and get that unlocked. We don't have greens, there's no option to min tap. If we focus these two, Spy Satellites could be good. Ruthless Ariana. But I've lost enough games to Ilbon to understand. Problem is the row is so bad here. We're not going to get that much out of our extra researches and stuff. We just have to go into Scarabs, basically. We can get a Twisted Mentat, actually, because we already have this to draw us into enough cards that it will probably be useful. Is it the optimal play? I don't know, but it'll definitely be fun. So we'll give it a shot. So it's experimentation to Chairdog to Arakeen. Arakeen, we have to improve his hand. Convincing. Yeah, it's not bad. I don't think we can really trash right now, so we kind of have to do this. Ixion Probe is interesting. I don't think we want to use it right now. Discard like Reconnaissance, Convincing, and try to draw into these two, but we want these two together, so it just doesn't really work. Ilbon tilts towards SMFs instead. What if we play the experimentation? It's objectively inefficient, but what would we get out of it? Well, we get our 5th Solari, which probably doesn't matter because we're going to get that next round. But it does help a little bit in that we would now, next round, we would be able to afford both Mentat and High Council. We don't have to do this. We could do this, but I think given we have a card that scales based on, I don't know, we're not going to be revealing that for a while. I think Carthag is probably the play. Doesn't leave us with an amazing reveal or anything. We can't let Ariana win this. But, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, I can't stop her. Carthag is my best bet to stop her, though, so I should probably just do that. I think we need to Ixion Probe. Drop these two and see what we can happen here. Ugh. Okay. Well, I knew that that was a possibility. It's my fault. We have 3 daggers in hand, but that's with 1 troop. That's just 5. That's not anything useful. Well, we kind of screwed ourselves here. You can put a troop in for the intrigue and the spice. Yeah, I mean, we've got the daggers. I guess we're gonna... This sucks. This kind of sucks. I guess we do this to get the twisted and put it on top. Cool. Okay, somebody's gonna have to be fighting her, so that's fine. The problem is that now these daggers aren't doing anything. I'm still getting last place. The 1 spice probably doesn't make a difference. TM is crazy. So I mean, we could draft the Protective as a hate draft. I don't think we want to do that. I'm just gonna buy nothing here. Although the Twisted Mentat is going to cost us on persuasion, so maybe we do want a liaison. I just don't think so. It dilutes our combos that we're already not hitting. Blackmail's pretty good. Especially with spy satellites as a possibility. Probably not necessary, honestly, from Yuna. She's not. I mean, she's only competing with Swordmaster against Ilbon anyway, and Ilbon's not close, so she doesn't really have to do that. But whatever. The good news is because she didn't go interstellar shipping, I get to do interstellar shipping. Well, here's all our persuasion. Jesus. Blocking Ilbon on Mentat. Okay. Logical, if nothing else. So let's go ahead and reserve the TM. I think even if we don't expect to buy it... Wait, the clandestine meeting is really good here, though. But no one wants it, so it's fine. If we did the research on the graphs, would that give us anything on the margin? No, not really. Also, this is revealing for 2, so we may not want to play this at all right now. Especially if we want to get these 2 cards. I mean, I guess if we have to graft this, right, we have to graft this to one of our 2 persuasions. It might as well be the card that gives us something for doing it. The double convincing is here. It really sucks with the twisted. Because now we just can't do anything. Like, we have to take this to Erikine and hope, basically. We hope that we draw the fold space or something. I don't know. This is rough. Maybe I shouldn't have sent Signet Ring to Interstellar. It's kind of trapping me in a corner. We don't have to play the Twisted Mentat. Projectors. It'd be good here, but we didn't take spice from the combat, so we can't really take advantage of that. The problem is we don't have any source of water, so we can't go. Like, Research Station is the perfect out here, but we don't have any water, and we don't have any way to get water. We have no friendly. Go away. I mean, this is definitely where we have to fight her now, but I don't have the capacity to do that at the moment. God, if we draw a show of strength here, though, we're screwing ourselves so hard. It's bad. It's not. It's the absolute worst thing that could ever be, but it's bad. Well, what do we do now? We can smuggle and keep the Emperor away from Ariana. What's the research on the margin? Faction bumps. So we could... Smuggling gives us 2 faction bumps. Which seems pretty good. We're at a dead end. We can't play our agents. And it's because we drew a horrible hand. I mean, to be clear, this is not the usual outcome. So help me God if I don't draw this Chairdog with a show of strength. So we can actually steal Emperor from her. Kind of have to, I think. She's so powerful. But there's no guarantee that he doesn't just come back later and then steal it from us again. Still not able to actually get to High Council, which is pretty annoying. I mean, we should probably just buy the TM here. Yeah, the meeting is cool, but the TM is better. Now that we're on 3 spice, we can start to get to the spy sets. There's an argument that Chimurki might be stronger, but I'm worried that we're too far behind right now for Chimurki to be useful. I mean, really it depends on a lot on the card draw. Problem, Mariana's now at Interstellar, so now she's going to block us on that potentially. I don't know. There's a lot to think about here. If she goes to Interstellar, then she's going to lose Emperor permanently, because I can reinforce it. It's not guaranteed that I can reinforce it if I don't draw either of these 2 cards, but we're assuming that I can. Kind of a bad round for me. I just need these convincings to be literally any other card in the deck. Like, if one of these convincings with a show of strength, we would be in such a much stronger position. It's not even funny. Oh, God. In the shadows. Okay. Well, we can't let Ariana have two of the... Okay, she got the second one. Cool. I think at this point we want to buy the 2 scarabs from the track. We have the shuttle fleet after all. I think that's the play. Okay. Damn it. Are you serious? Okay. Today's not our lucky day, I can tell you that much. There's more peachy combo for her. In theory, this deck is excellent, but you actually have to draw the cards in the right order. Well, it's free on blackmail now. That's the silver lining, I guess. Freaking bug just flew onto my screen. I don't even know what kind of bug it is either. It's a stink bug. I guess I should get this then. I don't know. This is rough. Oh look, show of strength and no Chairdog. That's funny. So now, I mean, I don't know. We can't actually do anything with Emperor. So what are we doing here? What are we accomplishing here? We could probably win the combat without too much trouble, but that's not really my concern. I think Mentat is... Well, the problem is if I go Mentat, I'm giving up the Interstellar. I think the ring is just bad at this point. But it does go places, which convincings don't. So we're just going to get rid of this convincing to make sure that crap doesn't happen again. So if we fold space to selective, we're guaranteed to actually have the Chairdog to play with the show of strength. It also works when you go fold space to Eric. You don't really want to go fold space to Erikine. Another problem with going selective. Okay, that's fine. Is that it doesn't work well with spy sats. So we had to do a draw 2. It's annoying. I think it's okay to trash the ring now. Keep missing this High Council seat, which is bothering me. At this point, I just think you have to congratulate her on doing some great deck building. Can't even be mad that it's just kind of cool that she's able to pull that off. Okay. The show of strength can only go to a city. So, which city? blank our Twisted Mentat. Focus. It's not very good. So this is basically an SMF, right? Well, no, because TM doesn't... Oh, yeah, it does. It does draw us a card. So, can we win on the blackmail? Yes. Do we want to? I guess. Good news is it doesn't blank our Twisted Mentat, so that was actually pretty good. Although we're probably going to draw it on the TM, or there's 50-50 that we do. It's actually not that bad of a card to draw. The reveal is pretty decent. And certainly revealing is better than whatever the heck happened last round. But I do think we're just too far behind now. Ariana took the spice from the scarabs too. Yikes. Okay. Interesting. I mean, it makes sense. She wants to go aggro here. We're kind of not that far from beating her with the blackmail. So do this. Buy scarabs. Do this. Okay, so we can actually beat her if we refocus into the TM. If she doesn't have any daggers in hand and she doesn't have any cards, but she trash her daggers, so I think we gotta risk it, man. I don't know. She's at 7, so is he. Who cares? Isn't it better to blackmail next round? But right now we're getting basically nothing out of this, so yeah, let's refocus. Problem is, she only needs 1 dagger in hand to tie us. And Yuna has 6 daggers, so why are we doing this anyway? Or 6 intrigue cards. Like, Yuna will overpower her with the cards. I don't know. No daggers in hand. Let's see the cards. I won't play blackmail until I see what Yuna's got, and I'm sure she's got something. Because why would you even you wouldn't want to keep 6 cards in hand. Okay. Ambush. Don't know why you would play that, but whatever. There we go, that's fine. Okay, so blackmail now doesn't make any sense, so we're fine. Stage incident, there's a point for that. Nothing else. Okay. That's fine. And we can't we can't get over 16, so Elbon better have another card, although I'm sure he does not. Oh, he does. Okay. Oh my god. What is with this Ariana, dude? This is crazy. TM with a finished track. Too bad the cards aren't any good. Geese to Power's okay. We need the Spy Sats, and I think we also need the Chimerky, unfortunately. So let's... Well, gross. So what are we doing with this faction bump if we're getting Spy Sats? I mean, honestly. We can try to chase Guild, but that's not going to work. Huh? Oh, no, that's not right. We want to advance first. Then recall. There we go. Let's get the Chimerky, and maybe the Intrigue cards can kind of bail us out. Illicit Dealings was good. Second wave is good. Spice is good. Probably just hedge that we're not even getting the... Like, we're not even getting it, and we go up on this. And try to hit Fremen later. But not having the Fremen and not having the water for Research Station is really costing us right now. It's quite a problem. TM putting Keys to Power in hand is sort of like a pseudo card draw. It's kind of cute like that. Probably TM put Gurney in hand is better. TM High Council put Gurney in hand. Yeah, I think that's probably it. Because we can play Gurney to a city guaranteed, and it's going to help us a lot. We don't have to High Council. We could go TM, Gurney in hand, Tech Negotiation. She steals Guild with that. Wow. Tech Negotiation, what does it give us? It gives us Hollow Projectors. We toss the Spice Must Flow. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad, actually. That might be better. It's not a good situation, but it's... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Yeah, that's not really what I'm looking for. It's not horrible, but I was looking for one of these two. What's interesting is how little there is in the combat right now. So, oh, she's at 7 intrigues. That's crazy. She's probably going to win, actually. And there's really no way that you can have 8 intrigues and not win the game, right? I didn't have access to Beachy, so I couldn't have punished it. Blue. Make it stop. It's actually crazy how much she's playing this long reach. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. It's actually pretty cool. So we have to play Twisted Mentat here. We Twisted Mentat Gurney, I think. We kind of want to put Gurney back in hand, though. So it's like Twisted Mentat, Arakeen, I think. Cool. I think we were supposed to play Gurney for the double card draw to maybe make a combo happen. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, if we just reveal right now, we can throw 2 more troops in the combat, and we probably win the combat based on how little people are deploying into it. And we also get an SMF. But if we send Gurney Chairdog to Arakeen, that's drawing 2 cards, and we're only losing 1 persuasion, which means that we are guaranteed to still get the SMF. It's more overall combat strength. We're 1 scarab away from another point. That's a pretty important point. We have an experimentation in our next hand. We kind of have to not play our experimentations if we want to make that happen. Right? Because we play him, we just draw cards. Only way to really get scarabs at this point is to buy them. So, yeah, I think that's it. Selective. Okay. So how does she win here? I don't think she does. Unless she get... Well, actually, okay, so she wins by guild thingy-mabobber getting 2 SMFs, but she doesn't have a high council seat, so that seems very unlikely. So if we do Gurney to Carthag with Chairdog, we have basically a 1 in 3 chance of missing the SMF, but we get an extra intrigue card. We might also give ourselves a better chance at the point from the specimens by potentially drawing into the experimentation. I think I like Carthag better. The problem is that it does give Ariana Solari. That doesn't matter, though. So... Okay. The daggers are appreciated, certainly. Didn't draw into the experimentation, but this is nice to have. Hitting Arakeen twice in the same round is kind of interesting. Poor man's Kwisatz, I think, is how this card is frequently thought of. So that's 2 solid points for him, actually. With a show of strength, I felt comfortable not deploying as many troops. We can second wave more in if it's truly needed. There's no chance we don't win this combat. So right now we're going to 9 points. Ariana's going to be at 10. We have Chimerki. We're still behind her. We kind of need this guy right here. But to me, it seems far-fetched. The game's definitely not going around 9, right? So we have to basically draw experimentation plus experimentation plus Twisted Mentat. Kind of asking a lot, right? Might as well buy the troops. But I don't see why I would deploy them. I guess we can deploy 1 just in case the unit goes crazy. Any way that we can get on Fremen would be nice. We just don't have enough faction for that to happen. Our goal is kind of to win this combat and the next combat, I think. Which is kind of asking a lot, but honestly, nobody has a lot of combat juice, and we have 2 cards. They're both very powerful, and the Gurney. You want to keep going, Yuna? Nope. Oh, that is probably game over right there. And Grand Vision, really, I think, locks it away. I mean, it's 1 point to win it because we take Fremen, but that's not enough. It's really not enough. And we still have our water problems. I think that's just game. We needed to go research station much more than we did for this game to work out. Double SMF. Oh gosh, that's so bad. We do have the holo projectors though, so that, hold on. So we might be okay. We flip a holo projectors, that helps a little bit. Drop a spice must flow, it doesn't hurt us anything. Interesting that Ariana didn't end up getting BG. You know, costing her persuasion is quite important here. I don't care about my final spice totals because I have the Chimerki, so I don't know. We'll see what we can do. We basically are sitting here on like 7 dagger cards, which is pretty useful, and the combat does suck, so I don't know. I mean, again, the problem is like the combat only takes us to 10. We have 2 persuasion. I mean, this is junk. Sure, we can dagger to High Council, but that's not enough. That's 4. If we can get to the TM or something, then maybe we can make something happen. But that's kind of the only way I see us crawling out of this. So it looks like she's trying to steal, but show of strength. Okay, so this actually bails us out. We show of strength, Chairdog, Arakeen, I think. Mentat's still pretty good too. And Mentat gives us a chance to actually get the SMF. We can just infiltrate Arakeen, so there's no rush. So we do Mentat here. We didn't get a good card, but we had to draw the reconnaissance before we can get to our big cards, which are these 4 right here. We have 1 specimen in hand. It's hypothetically possible that we could get the Scarab point. It basically relies on drawing Experimentation and Twisted Mentat. We have 2 different TMs this game. Twisted Mentat and Telexu Master. Let me see if I can fill this right. Here we go. It was actually a little bit too easy. I almost feel bad about it. So she's gonna keep pushing, but it doesn't look like there's any play there. So we show of strength, Chairdog. I think we have to go Arakeen. I want to go Carthag, but I think we have to go Arakeen. But that gives her her 10th Solari, so if she has one of the... But she only has 1 Intrigue card. Okay, so we got the Scarab point. We also have the ability to play Intrigue cards in the combat now. It means we don't play the Twisted Mentat, but honestly, It's better revealed than played. Truthfully. Snoopers is interesting. Dump these two. So, I mean, if Ariana has, like, another... I mean, but how would she have one? Like, because if she had an entry card, she would have played it last round. She hasn't done anything since then, so I don't see it working out for her. Ilbon buying the artillery implies that he has something in hand, but we should be able to clear this combat pretty easily. If all we gotta do is get to 11, I can do that. Grand Vision... Scarab, but that's all she wrote. Then I think Ariana does buy an SMF here. I think she does have the Guild Bankers in hand. We beat her on Tiebreaker so long as she doesn't have anything crazy. So are we just revealing here? Well, I mean... We can't play these 3 cards. But there's nothing that makes it so we couldn't play any of the other cards. I mean, why not go to Secrets? Right? Okay. Well, that's nothing. It increases the value of Snoopers, but that's about it. So the number to beat is 11. We can do that effortlessly, I think. We're at 7. This is 4, so we go to 11, and then the blackmail seals it. So we just throw these 2 away on the Snoopers, and we're pretty much fine. I think, and again, unless Ariana has, like, a war chest or something, I think we win. Now, the alternative is going to Carthag. We don't need Carthag to win the combat. And yeah, it's an entry card, but we get 2 entry cards from Snoopers, arguably 3. So that's just better. Oh, we can't actually get Snoopers. Because if we get Snoopers, we have to play the Twisted Mentat. Which I can't really do. So we have to play Reconnaissance to Carthag. So, she doesn't have the High Council seat still. Oh, she's 1 short. Okay, I think we win then. She's been doing so well, and she fell off pretty hard here. Okay, well, I guess we could have played the Twisted Mentat then. Yeah, that's game, I think. Even if Ariana has War Chest, we still win. The only way that we don't is if she has plans within plans, basically. And if she has plans within plans, then I mean, like, at that point, right? Like, what's anyone gonna do? Very nice. I can't believe we won that. I can't believe we won that. It seemed like Ariana had that locked up. I guess she just ran out of points. I mean, really, I think the thing is, like, winning 2 2 level 3 combats and her not being able to. She didn't have the combat power, and I think that is one of the problems, the underrated problems with long reach is like, this card's awesome, but if you don't, like, if you don't have something else going on besides your ability to take faction points, then it may not necessarily be enough. Now, obviously, it's still a good way to win because Tessia and Baron win the game like all the time with this. But there's only so many points you can get from factions, right? She's got 2 alliances and 4 friendships. That's good. That's 6 points, right? But she doesn't have much else, right? She's got a single Talaxu row card point, which is par, basically. And she's got a combat point, but that's it, really. A single SMF. I mean, yeah. I think that it was possible for her to win this game. I think this game is very much winnable for her. I don't know what all of her hands looked like, so I can't say for sure exactly what it would have been. But I think she probably needed to either try to find a way to spec her deck into combat, or she needed to find a way to get more Spice Mist flows. She's got 10 Solari, right? And a Guild Bankers. She should be able to have some turns where she gets Spice Mist flows. I know that, I didn't go High Council and I wanted to, and I had the money all game. Couldn't find the time. And she probably was in the same exact ballpark, but I think she needed to get the High Council seat if she wanted to compete. It's kind of funny that we ended the game on 4 intrigue cards, none of which did anything. So, I think that's a little bit unique. Interesting deck, right? So, we had good techs. I don't know how much the Shuttle Fleet mattered. I think we got it around 3 or 4. So it probably gave us about 8 Solari. The TM to put Gurney in hand, I think, was really essentially pretty awesome. The TM ended up mattering. Benetalax Researcher, this gave us a Spice Mist flow, and it helped us finish the research track. The Show of Strength was cool. We actually did get it to go off a few times. That being said, and actually the Hollow Projectors, despite me getting it in round 7, did matter. Without the Hollow Projectors, we're screwed on this hand. Just screwed. And then it also helped us out big time last round, too. So, even late in the game, this can be a really strong tech. Chimerki didn't matter because we didn't use the tech, or the intrigue cards, and we came out ahead anyway. But these two definitely did. MVP card. Well, it sure as hell isn't Twisted Mentat. This thing sucked. On paper, it looked like it would be awesome. And it sucked. Pretty hard. Chairdog wasn't bad, actually. I wonder if the MVP card was actually Chairdog. Because this was like the glue that helped us with the Show of Strength. It helped us with the Gurney. It helped us with the TM. Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here. And actually, despite the fact that we have 3 amazing cards right here, I'm going to say the MVP card was the Chairdog. Because this went into all 3 of those good cards and let us basically almost use them twice. Because they had powerful reveals. Yeah, interesting game for sure. Hope you guys enjoy.